Oh, I love that because we don't talk about that enough. We tend to look at the win, and the wins are acknowledging the wins are necessary for sure. But I think we all can agree that we all have had times where it's hide the matches because I'm gonna burn her down.
Thank you very much, Melinda, for having me here and for supporting me in this journey. My name is Danielle. I am the sole owner and esthetician, Reiki practitioner of Urth Holistics, located in Portland, Maine. I started my business actually just past our 2-year little birthday.
So I know you said you just came up on 2-year anniversary, which
Mhm.
is a huge milestone. I tell people all the time, like most small businesses don't even see like their 2-year birthday. Like most around their 18-month mark will fail. 80% of businesses are shut down. So how does that feel, girl, to have hit that mark?
It feels really good. I'd be lying if I didn't say there were so many times that I was like, should I just stop now? And the reality is,
Yeah.
if you're chasing, going after your passion and what's really meant for you with support, you're gonna get there.
Yeah. Oh, I love that because we don't talk about that enough. We tend to look at the win, and the wins are acknowledging the wins are necessary for sure. But I think we all can agree that we all have had times where it's hide the matches because I'm gonna burn her down.
Absolutely, yes.
So, what got you to the place where you realize, okay, support is something that I need, or guidance, or something to help me navigate this journey? At what point did you realize that in your business?
Yeah, I actually, the first mentor I worked with was probably 3 months into business, and that was a really scary investment that I made, but I moved through that, and then I got to this place a few months ago where I was like, I'm really good at creating the space, the vision, offering the really intentional, energetic skincare, but I need to build a foundation and I need someone who can help me support that part because
Yeah,
the reality is we really can't do it all alone. No matter how much
yeah.
we want to think we can. And it's not a disempowering thing. I think it's actually very empowering to look at what am I really good at and how can I get support so I can focus on creating these amazing experiences for clients or whatever it is that someone out there might be doing.
So, when you're solo, it's like you're the service provider and you're working within your business. And oftentimes we may hyper focus on crafting the experience, how we want to show up, how we want our business, our brand to be, and just all of those things. But then there's the other role of having to be the business owner and wear all of the hats that we wear as a one woman army in our business. And just accepting the fact too, I can't be all things at all times, nor should we expect to just know automatically how to play all of those roles. So I know you and I started working together a few months ago, but how did you first come across the Spa Profit community?
I got shared to your work in the spa profit through another esthetician that I've connected
Mm.
with through Instagram, which is amazing. I instantly was like, this is what I have been looking for almost 2 years now. Like, this is the
Oh,
support that I
wow.
was looking for. And
Wow.
I was very grateful to find it.
What got you to the place where you're like, I'm going to make this investment? Because that's hard to do, especially like, you know what I mean? Like when we're
Definitely.
maybe not where we want to be in business and it's, I know this is what I need, but I don't know if I want to make this investment right now.
Absolutely. And I think there's a big piece of it sometimes that isn't talked about is getting your nervous system on board with making that big investment, especially when I'm in the infancy of my business. And that is a very big investment to make. And, but just really, one, getting clear with myself about what it is that I actually need support in. I think that's important of where could I use support? Again, going back to that, what am I good at and what could I use support with? And making sure that's a match. And then just really trusting in myself that once I get this foundational support or whatever the support is that someone might be needing, that you're just going to take off from there. And it really comes back to trusting in yourself, in your vision, and also the person that you're investing in.
Yes, yes, that's at the core. That's at the core of all of it, because it's ultimately your self belief first in of yourself. Women who invest in themselves always go further. You can ask any entrepreneur, and they'll say the second that they start investing the time, investing financially into their personal growth, their business development, that things really begin to skyrocket. Because that's a huge step. What even prompted that decision of wanting one-on-one support?
Yeah, really great question. I think there's definitely, we only have so much energy that we can output. And I think, again, focusing on what it is that I'm good at and having someone coming in to support me along the way. And as I was plugging in my numbers in Profit Lab, I just had this reassurance of exactly what I needed and just saw as I was building the foundation, even in that small way,
Yeah.
there was so much growth happening already.
What do you feel not making the investment would have cost you?
It definitely would have cost me a lot of time and energy. That's like a that's a no-brainer for sure. But I think in going deeper into that, costing me time and energy is just doing that like circle that you're stuck in of like, how do I get there? And you're spending essentially more energy worrying about and trying to figure out how to get things done than actually just getting them done. And I think a lot of times when investing, especially at this high level, and you're like, should I really do this? This is basically all I have to invest in my business. Do I really put it all towards this? And the reality is yes, because you're just gonna, it's like a hamster wheel.
I tell people all the time. So the first time I ever made a huge investment in coaching, it was $20,000. And
Mm.
at that time, I was like, you gotta be kidding. I don't know about this. But fast forward to today, like I would do it over and over again, because I now look at it of what am I walking away from if I don't make this investment. And I didn't know this at the time when I had made it, but fast forward to today and looking back, like crap, I would have left a lot of money on the table because there were so many things that I got that allowed me to show up. And looking back and what I spend now on coaching, I'm like 20,000 is nothing, but that's only because I was able to experience crap. I can't believe this is the money I was walking away from had I not made the investment. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. No, I totally agree with that. And I can say to, because the big thing is for business, we need to make money, right? There's this financial piece that has to support us. And just having this support the past few months I'm on track to grow my business 100% or more already. So that's looking at the numbers. That's amazing. That's a big reason why I invested in this. But then there's also that the confidence building, the perspective shifts, or maybe just having new perspectives, new ways of doing
Yes.
things come in that make it easier for you. And that's the other piece is we want business to be easy so that business can be fun and we can really
Yes.
see ourselves and our business.
But you can't see everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's that perspective that you talk about, because we don't know what we don't know. So, Danielle, in closing, if you're speaking to yourself 2 years ago, when you first made that leap, got that space, and just said, okay, we're doing this. If you were speaking to someone who feels like, I don't know that I can make this investment right now, if you were just looking at her,
Mm.
what would you say?
Yeah. So I feel like so many things came up. And that's like very clear and apparent to me is again bringing in that trust piece, right? You took this leap to start a business. That's probably the biggest decision that you're going to make. And you're already past that. So the fact that you've believed in yourself to do this, believe in yourself to make the investment to get there. Because truthfully, it's been 2 years and my business has only grown and flourished more as I create community, as I let people come in and support me, because we have to choose to let people to come in and support us.
Oof, that one, oh, I could feel that. I could totally feel that. That one hit me hard. Um, the power of choice,
Yeah.
the power in community. That one just, Danielle, that one hit me
Yeah.
because sometimes we, especially as women, by nature, we're nurturers and we pour into others. And sometimes we do seek support, but the support that we seek is maybe from those that can't support us in the way in which we need. This might be family, this might be friends, and they're not always able to just even from having the capacity to support us the way in which we need.
Yeah. And I think one thing that I do want to add to that is that you really need to sit with yourself and do almost like a taste test. Like, how does it feel to invest and how does it feel to not? Because as much as we love and lean on our friends, our family, sometimes if they haven't been in this position, they're not going to be the best ones to ask for advice of should I make this investment, because sometimes when we're looking too much on the outside and asking for people to support us in that choice, sometimes it'll actually lead us away from it. So come back to what feels best to you.
Yes. Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. I appreciate you, Danielle, for taking the time to share your perspective, to share your journey, your level of transparency. I always tell people instaception is a real thing. And
For
although
sure.
there are wins in life and in business, you see a lot of the highlight reels.
Yeah.
And although those are great, I think these kind having a safe space and having these kind of conversations is so empowering. There is strength in vulnerability. And it's really the journey. It's all the things within this building season that ultimately lead to the winning season. And I just know that this is going to serve as a source of inspiration. And so I thank you so much for the opportunity and just sharing. I love it. Thank you so much. So if anyone wants to find you, Danielle, where do they go? Where are you at on the
Where
gram?
am
What's
I?
your website?
Where am
What's
I
all that
at?
stuff?
So you can find me at Urth, URTH holistics on the gram. And my website is earthholistics.com.
Okay, we will make sure to post that down in the show notes and have that here. If anyone wants to reach out, Danielle, thank you so much for your time, love.
Yes, of course. Thank you very much, Melinda, for having me.